In this video, I want to discuss laying out the valley set for the valley framing where the intersecting roofs tie in to the house. So here we have the house and the sheathing is all on the house, and we're ready to cover the front area that has the front bedroom and the porch. We have trusses that come all the way up to this girder truss, but now we need to fill this area in here with a valley set. Now the geometry of that valley set is that the peak has to be the same as level as the peak on the house or on the trusses all the way across. And then the valley will come from the point where that level line meets down to where the corners are down here at the overhangs. Okay, so how I accomplished this was to come into my truss and I put a guideline right at the peak of my truss. And then I put another guideline 5/8 of an inch vertically up from that first guideline. And that gives me the bottom of the sheathing, because the bottom of the sheathing will be at the height of the truss, and then the top of the sheathing. Okay, and then where that second line, that second guideline intersect the roof, that's the top of the sheathing. That's where the sheathing is going to meet the sheathing up here at the peak of the valley. So then I drew a line using the pencil tool. I drew a line from that intersection of the top guideline and the top of the sheathing down to the top of the sheathing down here at the intersection. I had to trim off my plywood just a little bit to meet that line because my first line didn't follow that line exactly, but you can see how that plywood's going to meet there just perfectly. And then I did the same thing for the other side. Okay, I drew a line from the intersection of that top guideline and the plywood down to where the plywood intersects at the end of that sheet of plywood, or in other words, where the outside of that wall would be on the other side. And that gives me a symmetrical shape that outlines where my plywood is going to go on my valley fill. And now I can work on putting those pieces in the valley fill. We'll do that. We'll put the ridge board in the next video.